10 years since retirement started, and it just keeps getting better. I'm so glad my time on the silver screen is over. Hello, my friend. How are you enjoying your hiatus? Hiatus is over. You're up again. I'm sorry, what do you mean? Check the internet. They're saying Michael Bay is going to direct more of our movies. What? Well, that's a surprise. I thought he was done for good. So did we all. Well, enjoy working with him. He can be a handful, but it's an experience, to say the least. What, you think I'm going to be the one working with him? I would assume so. You just had a moderately successful sequel to a well-liked spin-off movie and are moving toward an anticipated crossover that our parent company has been wanting for a while now. Why wouldn't you be the one working with him? Because if Bay is back in the director's chair, it means that very likely he'll be picking back up with the Bayverse, which means you finally get your 6th movie. I'm not so sure about that. It doesn't make much sense to go back to our storyline at this point. It's been too long. By the time the next movie will be out, it will have been like 10 plus years since our last one. People won't care. You're underestimating the power of nostalgia. That just means all the kids that grew up with your era will be ready for it again. They'll go crazy if the studio somehow manages to get Shia back. Besides, look at all the stuff like Jurassic World. They took a 14-year break between movies and people came out in droves for that. That feels different. Jurassic World was more of a soft reboot and a fresh start. That made it easier to jump on board for new audiences. A soft reboot still built around nostalgia. It just makes sense to bring back the Bayverse. All the fans online want it. Do they, though? Yeah, just look at all the comments online. I have. They all seem to hate our movies and are glad they're over. Really? We must be looking at different places, because everywhere I look, people seem to love your movies and hate mine. I just keep seeing posts about #RestoreTheBayverse. Yeah, I don't think you want to pay attention to those posts. Whatever. Point is, bringing it back is going to be a good thing. Will it? I mean, sure, Bay has his bright spots. He really nails the scale that's needed for movies like this. The CG always looks very impressive, and the cinematography can be amazing. I'm not seeing a downside here. But then we have the problems. Lowbrow juvenile humor, straight-up age-inappropriate situations and language for what is supposed to be a commercial to sell toys to children, and too much focus on the humans. Sometimes we're being called Transformers. We, the Transformers, aren't really in these movies much. So, my last movie had some of those same problems, but not to the same extent. The biggest issue with your last movie was more so that it was just kind of bland. The issues with my last movie are too long to list in this video. Besides, we don't even know if Bay is actually going to direct another one of these movies. He could just be taking on a larger, more hands-on producing role, and could therefore help shepherd in a return to the Bayverse. By Primus, what is with you? Why are you so obsessed with wanting my series of films to continue rather than yours? Truthfully, I'm exhausted. We've only had 2 films in our timeline, and already it feels like there's too much going on. Bumblebee's movie was cute and fun, but then we immediately started stuffing in too much. Unicron, Maximals, Predacons, and that's not even to mention the continuity issues. Bumblebee has technically died twice in his many movies. Wheeljack doesn't look or sound anything like he's supposed to in Rise of the Beast after looking and sounding another way in Bee's movie, and I'm constantly being compared and forced to live up to the reputation of that guy. He shoots and he scores! And that's how we do it on Cybertron.
No fair, Optimus. You've got a killer height advantage.
Here you go then, little buddy. See, you can't beat that wholesomeness. I know how you feel. I too have been compared to our predecessor. If I had a nickel for every time I've been called too violent or bloodthirsty, I could probably fund another one of our films. Yeah, but you have an excuse. You're a different interpretation. You can do your own thing, and for the most part, get away with it, and your success helps shine a new light on the franchise. Meanwhile, I have a lot more expectations riding on me. Nowadays, if one of our projects doesn't do $1 billion at the box office, it gets called the end of the franchise. Just because a project doesn't do well at the box office doesn't mean that it's the end of the world or make your enjoyment of that project any less valid. Look at him, for example. Yeah, well, at least he's critically acclaimed. What I'm trying to say is, this is a crossroads moment for the franchise, and the uncertainty can be scary. But we've been here before. In the past, these moments have led to things like Beast Wars and my movies, which then led to projects like Animated or Prime or the Cybertron games. Don't worry, my friend. Everything is going to work out the way it's supposed to, whether my timeline comes back or yours continues. And trust me, there are people out there that love your projects too. Eventually, you'll be nostalgic as well. Thanks. I feel a little better now. You're welcome.
You're leaving out one distinct possibility, though.
And what's that?
No matter who ends up directing the next one, they could always make it where all the live-action movies are in the same timeline, no matter how little that would make any sense.
Ugh, please no. There's a thought I won't be able to get out of my head now.